Hello and welcome to episode 243 of Convincing Idiots. You're in the right spot because this week we are going to discuss all things pop culture, including Kermit the Frog giving a commencement speech. The All-American Rejects are actually thinking of some unconventional ways to put on some shows in 2025. And a notable football star is having some fun on a boat, perhaps too much, allegedly. We'll talk about that. And in our final segment, we're going to be discussing if we walked into a bar and everyone's trying to kick our ass, we need to pick 5 fictional human characters to come and help us make it out alive. So, I'm not going to waste your time anymore here. Without further ado, let's start the show.
You guys enjoy your whatever that is.
All right. Test.
Test.
Call it again?
Convincing Idiots.
Convincing Idiots.
Called it ham gravy.
I informed them that I sided with the stat man, not just anyone's opinion, the stat man Brian Fisher.
These kids today.
Jingle All the Way is in fact the best Christmas movie of all time.
I need to get Grandma a present, and my herpes is flaring up. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. I'm the millennial
We're
Santa.
3 friends representing 3 different generations. That's our whole shtick. That's our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nick got to hold poop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing in the sea
Caucasian.
breeze, holding a turd, just mightily. I'm just going hitting hats.
Anyway, on a lighter note,
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name's Dean, the Zennial.
I'm Brian Genix.
And my name is Nick, and I am a millennial, and we are Convincing Idiots, a weekly podcast of 3 friends representing 3 different generations, getting together here each and every week to discuss all things nerd and pop culture and bringing it to you, the masses. If you've not already done so, be sure to engage with us on all of your favorite social media accounts and wherever you like to engage with podcasts, perhaps on the World Wide Web. You can find links to all our accounts as well as our email address if you'd like to send us an email or give us anything you'd like to hear us talk about, or even a link to our website. Links to all of those are found by Googling Convincing Idiots Linktree, Linkttree. You can follow all those, like I said, all that cool stuff, as well as a merch store in which, if you're watching on YouTube, perhaps, maybe you followed a link to YouTube, maybe from the Linktree, and when you get there on our YouTube, you see Dean, the Zennial, sporting one of our lovely shirts that you could be wearing. Maybe not looking quite as lovely as Dean, but you could also own one. That's on our merch store as well. You can find all those links. You can also find all that information and even more, if you can bear to believe it, on our website, which is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. This is This is, like I said, episode 243 of Convincing Idiots. We welcome you in. We are all 3 back together for the first time in a few weeks.
Yay.
Each one of us had our weekend with Dad. We each did an episode with Brian. And now we are all 3 reunited, ready to raise some hell, and ready to bring you pop culture topics of the day. So, Brian, I'm going to throw to you because you're always ever so knowledgeable and ready to keep us in the know.
Nick,
That's
when
right,
you were on with Brian, did he touch you? Like, no, well, we could talk offline. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
It's all part of my visitation agreement.
Yeah. We need to get a chaperone.
Yeah.
God damn.
Well, before I get to some headlines here, guys, what are you drinking this evening?
I see you got some fucking hams.
Dude,
That's a
look at
fucking
him.
hams.
good old Yams beer. I
Hell
had
yeah, brother.
from like a dad beer night or something we did for the Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when I drank it then, I'm like, it didn't taste that good, but I was mixing beers. But I tell you what, I'm like, I'm going to try one again. It is pretty good. It's a
I thought you were
solid
about to
bad
say
beer.
that beer was kicking around from the Mike Tyson fight like last July. I'm like, damn, dude,
No,
like
no.
that's not going to sway your opinion on hams at all.
No, the one in September. It has been in the
gotcha.
fridge for a while there, but still, it's been in there a while. Anyways, it's solid, cheap dad beer. Hams. There you go.
That's right.
How about
There
you,
go.
Nick? What are you drinking?
Well, as they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Mhm.
And I said, fuck that. I don't want an apple. I want a whole damn bushel. I am also drinking a cheap dad
Look at
beer as well. I'm going with the Bush Latte apple. That's right. Got myself a bushel. And I tell you what, it feels like I'm stealing. $12.99 for 30 goddamn beers. It doesn't
That's
feel right.
ridiculous.
But yet so damn good.
It's
So good.
ridiculous.
Don't knock my Bush Light until you've tried the apple. The apple is
Yeah.
exquisite.
And it's delicious.
Dean, how about you?
Dean, what are you drinking? Anything as fine as hams or Bush Light?
I didn't get the memo that we were going classy. So I'm doing some Woodford Reserve bourbon.
What a pour.
Jeez.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I ran.
Some
and I-
people
Too
don't
good for
appreciate
it.
the finer things.
That's
I
right.
was already in sweatpants, and I didn't want to go out to get more beer, and I was out. So it's what was in there.
A solid option.
We'll let it slide this once.
I appreciate it.
All right, but when we
Yes.
have our bond night, when we're
Yeah.
crushing Bush and hams and smoking Newports, you're not allowed to come with your fake, your whiskey and your cigars. All right, you gotta step it up like the gentleman.
Okay. What if I bring some like PBR or you know what, Miller High Life
Now
and
you're
a pack
talking
of
the champagne of beers.
and a pack
Yeah.
of Black and Milds,
There
I
you
like
go.
that. Ooh, I like
That's
that.
not bad.
right?
Not
The
bad.
woodsy ones are classic. That smoky
Oh, yeah.
woodsy. Yeah, I like that. Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're gonna class the fuck out of this.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Well, we're bringing the class, so you're at the right place. You know
Brian,
us.
you
That's what we do
class.
here. Convincing idiots, classing the shit out of it. Let's go, Brian. What's going on?
That's right. That's right. Well, we're starting with another death here, guys. We started with a death last week
Oh.
with George
died?
Wendt.
Was it someone classy?
Well,
not.
yeah, I think so. So, Ed Gale. Now, Dean, you may know the name before anybody else here. Do you have any idea who Ed Gale was and what are some of the famous characters he played in movies? He passed away at 61.
Well, I think isn't Ed Gale the one that they kind of put the Texas Chainsaw Massacre after, the serial killer?
I know it's Ed Gein.
Oh,
is what you're thinking of.
I always get Ed Gale and Ed Gein mixed up.
Yes. So Ed
Actually,
Gale.
I do not remember.
Okay. Yeah, I would have been impressed if you did. I was like a super fan, might have known this, but he was the actor who played, in part, Chucky in Child's Play. He played so he was a small person. Right?
Excuse me.
And as he was
You
in
think
Spaceballs.
blacking out the screen made us not hear your burp, you dumbass. It's not like that was the mute.
If they can't
Sorry,
see me, maybe they can't hear me.
You're like an idiot toddler playing peekaboo.
Did it work? Did you? Nothing happened here.
Where did you go? That's crazy.
I'm back. Got
He
less
was
gas
also-
going on in my tummy tums.
There you go. So Ed Gale was also in Spaceballs, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, and let's see here, when he was 20 years old, with $41 in a dream, he said, he never looked back. He made his acting debut as one of the multiple actors to physically play Howard T. Duck in the movie
Oh man!
Howard the Duck in
Oh,
1986.
Nice.
Dean. I'm so sorry for your loss.
It's rough. It's rough time.
He was also an Academy Award winner, Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town from 1989 as well.
That sounds cool.
Got
Mhm.
robbed for the Academy Award that year, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I kind of want to see it based on the title
Sure.
alone. So
Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town.
Yes, Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town, 1989. High budget movie, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
High budget. Yeah. That's it. So I just want to pause and record. I know, Dean, Howard the Duck is one of your favorite movies, so felt we had to pause there and honor Mr. Gale. So that's it.
Okay. Well, we rest in peace, Mr. Gale, not Mr. Geen. You rest in. You don't
In hell.
In hell.
You rest in hail.
Okay, the All American Rejects. Have you heard of this band, Nick? Maybe it's.
Oh yeah, I
you may
loved
have
them
heard
in
of?
high school, man. I love the All American
Yeah.
Rejects. Yeah.
You're good.
So they topped the charts in the early 2000s with such hits as "Move Along," "Gives You Hell," and some other things here. So
Swing, swing, swing from the tangles of my heart is crushed by a former love. You know that song, Brian? Remember
No, I
that
don't.
when that came out when you were 55? No?
Yeah. So I like this here. The band's frontman Tyson Ritter. So they're going on tour, and he said the musicians wanted to get back to the spirit of what started this band. So they are touring small venues on purpose. They're not looking to. So some of
So
their
they're playing house
venues on this
parties.
tour.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's right. It's a house party tours. There's a bowling alley they're playing at. Just small clubs and backyard. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Especially the All American Rejects, like for my recollection, like I said, their first album and so like came out when I was probably, I think I was a freshman or a sophomore in high school, and I was a big fan of theirs, and they did achieve some commercial success, like you said, with Gives You Hell and Move Along and stuff like that, but they've mostly been kind of laying dormant for all these years, right? And those songs still get some radio play, but aren't huge songs, I guess, anymore. And how cool would it be to just go see like a band that was however much importance to you at a certain point in time at a house party or a bowling alley? Like that's so fucking cool. Like that would be amazing. Even if they're playing like Charger Lanes by me, I'd fucking go. Like I wouldn't go to the House of Blues to see them if they were coming, unless somebody, like here's free tickets or something. But like I wouldn't pay to go see them at like the House of Blues. But if they were playing a bowling alley or a house party, I'm like, I'm fucking going. That's amazing. That's and mostly for the novelty of it. Like nobody does that, it's just a really cool, just a cool thing to do.
Who would you want to see, guys? Go ahead, Dean. Sorry. Finish your thought first.
Even if they are like down the lowest point of their career, where like this is what they're like down to, it's not a publicity stunt. What a good way to like PR move, you know what I mean? To make it play it like, oh, we thought we'd do this for the fans and
they're clearly not doing this to make boatloads of money. Like, I mean, how much money are you bringing in playing little shows like that?
Gasses do.
Yeah. So let's say you're having, Dean's having a backyard party over in Barberton, and you had the opportunity to bring in a band to play in your backyard party. Who are you going to bring in?
Oh, easy. Aiden's Valentine. I want the reunion tour. Like I need air to breathe.
Yeah.
I hear it's a pretty penny to get them back together.
It's like a case of Busch Lights, a fucking $12.99 30 pack of Busch Lights.
Spare no expense.
I mean, you're gonna, when they get together, you're gonna get bad podcasting, but really good insurance. Because let me tell you, boys, Blake Insurance Group is an independent agency right here in Barberton, Ohio, offering personal care and support for all of your insurance needs. If you need auto, home, renters, business insurance, or even life insurance, boys, life insurance, give Aaron a call. He's going to treat you with the honesty and respect that you deserve. Not you, Nick. You don't deserve any of that. Call the Blake Insurance Group at 234-571-5359 or find them online at BlakeInsuranceLLC.com for your free 5-minute quote today. And when you do, tell them you want to get the band back together. Aiden's Valentine needs a reunion tour.
Yeah. There you go.
When you do, tell him Brian said. I want that on a soundboard so I can just have that every time.
Some
Gene
people
makes a joke.
appreciate a good jump, a good read jump in
Yeah,
there. We can do.
It's good.
nicely done.
I'll isolate that for you. Make it a ringtone.
Yes, please.
So
Every time I get a text.
I like it. So who are you bringing in for real, Dean? Who would you bring into your backyard party?
Actually, it would be fun.
Hmm?
Hold on, let me see. Let me think. Jack Black, Tenacious D,
Tenacious D.
Tenacious D,
Oh yeah,
in a backyard blowout. That would be fun.
Yep.
that would be fun.
Yeah, that would be good.
I mean, you got the craziness. It's funny. It's fun. It's loud, but it's it's just fucking rock.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
that would be fun.
Nikolai,
How about you, Nick?
I springing it on me, and this is going to be a deep cut, and probably nobody knows who this band is, but I'm thinking in the vein of All American Rejects and that time, and I'm like, what band did I love when I was in high school that really they had an album that was popular maybe, and then there was what's that?
Bowling for Soup.
Bowling for Soup actually is a really good answer. That would be fun. Bowling for Soup would be good. That is a really good one. I was thinking there was a band, there was this Swedish screamo band that I loved called Blindside. You might know one song of theirs if you heard it, that got some radio play on the indie stations and stuff. I would love to see them at a house party, just to relive that from being in high school and loving that band so much. That would be cool. One personally for me, but I do Bowling for Soup would be a good one to get back together and see them play again.
That'd be good.
What about you, Brian?
How about right now? He's on tour right now, but he takes a pause.
John Fogerty.
And he comes into Dean's backyard to have a performance. How about Weird Al, Dean?
Oh, yeah.
That would be a lot of fun.
That'd be a lot of
fun. Yeah.
All right, I do have one more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with, I think it was back in 2001, Lustra. Yeah, they had a hit song called Scotty Doesn't Know.
Oh, yeah, from Eurotrip.
Right.
Don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know.
Get Matt Damon in the band back together for Scotty Doesn't Know in the Backyard. I like that.
I got high and watched that movie a couple months back for the first time in many years, and I forgot how much I love that movie. It was good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I loved it. A lot of it, like we've talked about in past episodes, a lot of it you couldn't do now, or not couldn't do. It's just, it wouldn't be looked back on as fondly, or some of it might be kind of over the line. But yeah, great movie. Love that movie. I went and saw that in the theater, actually.
I think I did too.
Yeah. I think it was after my last day. It was around this time. It was my last day of school. I think my junior year. So yeah, good times. About the time I was listening to All American Rejects and Blindside. So there you go. It all comes full circle.
All right. Well, good for you.
I'm going to try burping over here and see if this works this time.
No, nothing.
Sorry. Go ahead.
That's all right. So a feel-good story here, guys. If you haven't seen this, you can find this everywhere. A recent commencement address at the University of Maryland. Have you heard of this? Who delivered the address? Well, this was I think last weekend or the week prior. The University of Maryland.
A commencement address at the University of Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to guess, I would guess John Cryer.
Nope.
No? Okay.
Dean's hero Kevin Spacey?
Not quite. A close second here. Kermit the Frog, gentlemen, delivered the commencement address at the University of
I
Maryland.
was much closer with John Cryer.
And what is the significance of that university? It's where Jim Henson graduated
Okay.
in 1960, and there was a bronze statue on campus of Jim Henson and Kermit to honor him. So very nice address. I mean, it just super good. I mean, if you want to, for me, I listened to some clips of it, just the positivity and just the nostalgia for Kermit, you get a little tear in the eye there, but his main message was leap
Be
together.
sure to dream big, kids, and
It's kind of like
don't
that.
let anybody tell you that you can't do something.
It's kind of like that.
One of you smell my fingers, please.
I don't know if he said that part.
No? Oh, sorry.
So his main message was, rather than jumping over someone to get what you want, consider reaching out your hand and taking the leap side by side. That was his main message. Very, very nice.
I like that.
Very feel good.
Thought it was playing leapfrog there until we realized it was just a lot of butt tucks.
Very good.
I know, you were there.
All right, so what do you think of Kermit delivering the commencement address?
I was happy to hear that there was a tie-in with Jim Henson, and that's where he went to school, because I was confused when you started that. I was like, I mean, I guess it's cute, but like, seriously, like we're gonna pass off like a Muppet giving a commencement address, and we're supposed to like pretend like it's an actual its own entity. But no, that is cool. It's nice. Kind of like along the lines of those feel-good things we've been seeing in the past few years, like Elmo getting on Twitter and being like, how are you doing really today, and stuff like that, or Steve from Blue's Clues kind of putting out that little video, just stuff kind of tapping into people's like just inner child, and the fact that like looking at things like that, like Sesame Street and like the Muppets, that like there are values and there are lessons in these shows. I mean, you look back on them as things that little children watch for entertainment and they're puppets, but it's kind of cool to, like, as you grow and become adults, to look back at these things and notice the lessons in it, and the kind of what the purpose of them really are. So that's a very nice story. So very cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Nick's
fisting
all
aside.
of our. I'm actually looking forward to that very much. I am looking forward to Nick and all of our collective brains just exploding when LeVar Burton puts out a video of him doing blow off a hooker's ass. I'm looking forward to that video.
Yeah.
It's got to be coming soon, right?
I always took the lyric "butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high" as like a challenge accepted kind of line. So yeah, that may very well be.
It's in a right, it's right there in the song.
Well, that is an interesting segue. So first of all, I think it's a great thing too, for Kermit. I like the fact that they're not taking it so serious that they can't consider Kermit, who has ties to the university. Certainly, he had his own cap and gown, the whole bit up there. Just the whole production. So I think that's great. So
yeah, Barack Obama gave my commencement speech. Who gave yours? A fucking sock puppet. That's who. Sorry, Brian. What were you saying?
Been a lot worse. Has been a lot worse.
Could have been us.
Yeah.
No, you have to graduate from schools to be able to give commencement addresses.
You have to be more like a crusty sock bucket cummed in.
So
this is Jizbo the Clown, my homemade sock puppet. Hi, kids.
But Mister, why doesn't his mouth move? It's trying.
Stay in school or you get filled from both ends, am I right?
Thank you, 2025 class of radio broadcasting. Thank you. Thank you.
Why does he smell like nickels?
Stefan Diggs is a football player. You might know him. That's right. Well, So he was cut. So Stephon Diggs was a pretty high profile free agent. He played for Buffalo, right? Then he was traded to, or not signed, I think it was. And he played in, I can't remember where he played last year, but now he's playing for. He was signed by the New England Patriots, right? And he recently was not attending a organized team activity. I guess it was a voluntary thing. They call it OTAs, right? And he was caught on video partying on a boat somewhere with some models and a baggie of what appears to be like pink cocaine, right?
Pink?
So
You say pink?
pink cocaine, apparently. I don't know.
Dang.
Even the blows got drip. Oh my goodness. Pink
Yeah.
cocaine. God damn.
Yeah,
My man.
Well, it's an unknown substance, a pink substance, while on the boat. So there's a lot of speculation that's it's probably cocaine.
Perhaps
there's
it
a
was
new-
just fun dip.
Yeah, it could have been Fun Dip. He broke his package open trying to get it up, and so he scooped it all into a baggie because he really likes Fun Dip, and because you don't waste Fun Dip, right?
No, heck no.
And I'm sorry, but for my money, if you tell me you're going to put me on like some yacht with a bunch of models and you're going to throw in a little bit of Fun Dip for the day in the sun with some drinks and some ladies, I can't think of a better combination. Why wouldn't you?
It's a fine afternoon.
It's
It really is a fine afternoon.
swell
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah.
And perfectly legal and well within the parameters of what you're allowed to do
Of
as a
course.
professional athlete. course.
Fun Dip is legal.
Mhm.
Well, the Patriots have a new coach, Mike Vrabel. Now, Mike Vrabel was a former Ohio State Buckeye, and he was a star player in New England. He played on many of the Super Bowl winning teams with Tom Brady. He was a coach at Tennessee for some time, and now he's the head coach of the New England Patriots. So it's his first year as the head coach. So he's basically taking the high road and say, any conversations will remain between him and I, but that he's aware of it and he expects good behavior on and off the field. So kind of brings us to our Ask an Idiot question here. So is it still surprising to you, fascinating to you that not guys, but people get caught in these situations on video and something gets leaked out there on social media? It really questions their personal behavior and really could have a significant impact on their career? Or is it just it's too easy to film somebody, people's not paying attention, and if you have some jerk to somebody wants to get attention or otherwise, or sell, who knows what they're doing, what the motive is, to put it out there on social media, is it really surprising at all anymore? So, Dean, what do you think? Is it shocking that Stephon Diggs had put himself in a situation that seems kind of dumb?
Not shocking, but it is kind of fucked up. I don't care. I don't care if you do cocaine on a yacht. If you have that much money, go ahead. Unless you're hurting somebody or being like hateful, bigotry and all that. But if you're out there having fun, not hurting anybody, y'all are having a good time, why should that matter? Just enjoy yourself. I don't care what he does. Now, about the broader situation of people getting out there and getting in trouble.
They like
for
to be
these
called
videos.
women today, Dean.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my apologies.
Enlighten yourself. It's
I know.
2025.
Let's
Jesus.
see if I can woke up. All right. So, but yeah, in the wider range of the question, Brian, I'm not surprised that people are getting in trouble. That's what we do today. We just want to catch everybody. It started with a good idea. It started with good intentions. And I'm sure a lot of people still do have good intentions. If you I saw the video, it was some sort of like rock concert or something. And guy showed up with a MAGA hat and a swastika shirt.
Oh, that was
And
the punk festival in
the punk festival.
Vegas. Yeah.
And people proceeded to inform this guy with their fists that he was not welcome at the said festival with such shirt on. Now, I am all for those videos of people being shit people and getting in trouble. That's part of life. You know, they say, oh, free speech, you can't say anything these days. You can. You absolutely can, but there are consequences.
Yeah.
It's kind
There's
of
hate
like,
speech, and freedom of speech does not protect hate speech, at least not right now. Not as we record this, but that is all subject to change with what is our country right now.
But there are consequences, and the same with the videos. You could do a lot of dumb shit, but there are consequences. And the unfortunate thing is you get people like Diggs there, who was just having some fun having some fun on a boat, not hurting anybody, and he's going to get in trouble. Or maybe not. It's the NFL. Who knows?
Yep.
Yeah, people have gotten away with a lot worse things. So,
that's yes. Also on video, apparently. But yeah, what do you think, Nick?
No, I pretty much agree with what Dean just said. I mean, like he said, I mean, he's not hurting anybody. Is it against the protocol of the league and the rules? Yes. Is he breaking the rules? Yes. But yeah, if I saw if I'm running a business or a team or a company and I see one of my employees or contracted players on a yacht with some blow versus, at a Nazi rally, I'd much rather have the one that's on the yacht.
Right.
You think the three of us wouldn't be on a yacht with some cocaine right now if we could afford it? Of course we would. Yeah.
There's
So,
a t-shirt.
no, I mean, I like that. I'd wear that.
Up with fun dip with Nazis.
Yeah. Cocaine bear, yes. Nazi bear, no.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't really, like I said, and I'm not surprised by it because people are always going to do what they ultimately want to do. If you want to do something bad enough, it doesn't matter. The consequences have always been there. Yes, it's easier to share videos and pictures and capture people doing these things. And that's a shame because, again, we've all said it, but unless you're hurting someone, I don't care what you do, even if it's breaking a rule, if you're just having some fun, I get that. But I don't think the age that we live in is going to deter people from doing what they ultimately want to do, even if they know it's wrong or they know it's breaking some type of rule, they're going to do it. And even back in the day before, everybody had, ways to capture somebody on video in their pocket, there's always people could tell and word of mouth could spread, obviously not as quickly and you wouldn't have proof, but there's always been ways for information to leak out, certainly not as easily as it is today. But I don't think it's surprising. I also don't think this is that big of a deal. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I get why it's an issue because, like I said, at the end of the day, he is in breach of a contract or what his is, allowable under his profession and his employers. But it's not that big of a deal. But I get it, and it is like you said, Brian. You already said it. People are always looking to kind of try to get somebody. We're looking to catch somebody's downfall. And it's a little bit of envy, I think, because these are people of
absolutely
great wealth and high profile, and they have so much to lose that we, the poors, some of us can't just handle somebody having more than us, and we want to see their downfall because we, perceive their life to be so glamorous and so great. So I don't know.
Best I can do is smoke weed on a canoe.
Yeah. That's a pretty goddamn good day too.
It's not bad.
I like that. I like that idea.
I got lost though. It was a circular pond.
They go the other way.
That's what I should have done.
Yeah.
You should
turn around. Go back the way. Yeah. Go back the way you came.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it is kind of effed up because it's like clearly whoever shot that video was there hanging out with everybody. He's certainly a trusted person. It's interesting that why would you put it out there? I mean, I don't understand. Right. It's like what would you have to gain by putting that out there. So I guess from a professional athlete or whatever perspective, I mean, I guess you sort of have to understand that a lot of things that you do could be put out there in social media. So if you're not willing to, own it, then you better watch who you're hanging out with and what situations you put yourself in, right?
Yeah,
There's certainly plenty of
friend leaked it. Come on. What sort of piece of shit friend leaked the video?
Yeah, probably not really a friend.
That's
Is somebody who
questionable too. Is like, if this is a smaller group of people together, might be kind of easy to find out how that got out there. I don't know if this is some big multi-friend group, yacht get together or whatever, or if it's like me and some friends are on a boat together. Yeah, I don't know.
Video. So it very well could have been like a selfie he did, and he didn't realize what it was in the background. You know what I mean? He thought it was just women in yachts.
He's holding the. Now he doesn't do anything himself. He doesn't take anything, but he's holding the bag, talking to the models, and that's kind of what they're showing there. And
Okay.
Anyway, well,
in the video, he has the plastic baggie of Fun Dip, puts it on his tongue, puts a finger in the bag, and spreads it around his teeth and the front of his gums. So
takes the other finger,
which is also a good way to intake Fun Dip.
Sure.
Licks his finger, puts it in the Fun Dip, and then right on one of the hooker's buttholes, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That may have happened off camera. That's possible. Mm-hmm. So is it shocking? No.
On the canoe, turned out to be a raccoon.
Yeah.
A meth raccoon.
Not good. That's where it started. Yep. That's where it started.
It is a gateway drug, I hear.
Yep. So I guess the easiest thing to do for if you have a high profile position is don't put yourself in a position where you can get filmed doing something inappropriate.
That's true.
But meanwhile, Brian has a good job and is uploading this podcast each and every week. Maybe take your own fucking advice.
Or strange.
Look what you're doing.
Odd career move.
It is. I guess it is. You're right about that. Well, yeah, I guess I can't say anything. Yeah. Well, yeah. Good way to end this thing.
Are we the Fun Dip of podcasting? That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. We're the raccoon buttholes.
We're the meth raccoons of podcasting, ladies and gentlemen. That's not bad.
I love that.
You've been called worse.
Yes.
That's right.
Certainly have. All right, guys, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back with our main segment, and Nick's going to tell you all about that right after this. Gen X Brian here from the Convincing Idiots podcast. If you're enjoying our show, tell a friend. And if you're not, well, tell two enemies.
Four, three.
Hey there, welcome back to Convincing Idiots. I'm Millennial Nick, alongside Gen X Brian and the Zennial himself, Dean. Gentlemen, typically we like to come into our final segment with something fun, something light. We're picking our favorite this, we're picking our favorite that. Not tonight, boys. Shit's getting fucking real. On episode 243, we have walked into a bar of 100 burly, angry, fucking drunk dudes that want to kick our ass. And we get to have 5 fictional human characters to help us survive this battle. This was Dean's idea. Did I describe that correctly? Or Dean's stolen idea, right?
Yes. Stolen. Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson, has a wrestling podcast. And if you didn't
think this was a pop culture podcast, ladies and gentlemen, that is in essence what we do. There's all the things. Ice Cube's son has a wrestling podcast. There you go.
And at the end, after they interview a wrestler, they present a question to everyone. The same question. You go into a bar. They don't want you there. who is your crew to back you up? And it's going to be wrestlers. That's the answers to all of these questions. Now, I took this and I stole it. I said, you know what, O'Shea Jackson, you're fucking smart. I like your point of view. I'm going to steal this question, but I'm going to tweak it. I'm going to tweak it a little bit. And
Like a nipple.
since we are not like a nipples. And since we don't have nipples, no, we do. Since we are
Prove
not a
it.
wrestling podcast, we are a maybe later. Since we are a pop culture podcast, I figured this question should be, gentlemen, you walk into a bar, right? And it is unsavory characters that don't want you there. And you need a crew to fight your way out with. Now it's you, and since we're idiots, we're doing 5. That's what we do. You and 5 other human characters from TV or movies. Or hell, I guess
So you can't like bring the Hulk and Thor with
Yeah, can't
you.
bring the
And
No
Hulk.
superpowers.
no superpowers. Just regular Joe or whatnot, who's going to fight with you to get you through the evening.
Mm-hmm.
That is it.
Okay.
So we're going to start with. I want to start with Brian. Brian, who's the first cute character from pop culture that's going to be part of your bar fighting crew?
Batman. There you go.
Okay, there you go.
Batman is, no superpower as we know.
Nope.
But Bruce Wayne is, certainly has honed his fighting skills, hand-to-hand combat. Whether you have him in the bat suit or not, frankly, Bruce Wayne will still kick somebody's ass. But certainly, if you put him in the suit with all the gadgets and so forth, that's going to take it to a whole other level, right? So, give me Batman on my team to fight my way out of most anything.
I mean, he is trained in the martial arts.
Yes.
He is used to the crime fighting. So, yeah, that's a solid first choice.
I had Bruce Wayne / Batman on my list as well because, yeah, like you said, it's not like he's any stranger to fighting with multiple guys at once either. You know what I mean?
That's
Like he's definitely ready for the task. So good pick.
Yep.
Nick, so that was your number one too?
It was one of mine. Yeah. Are we? I might be able to. I'll flip somebody else in an honor. I like it from an album of somebody else.
Yeah. Sub somebody out.
We might be doubling up on some more here, so I might run out at some point, but we'll see. For my next one, I'll tell you what. For my first pick, this is one of the first ones that came to mind, and he's the only character on my list that I actually don't really know that much about. I've never seen any of his movies, and I just simply know the one thing about him that is all I need to know for this is that he is a badass and he's an assassin. He's Keanu Reeves. He's John Wick. I've never seen a John Wick movie, but I know notoriously that everyone that talks about the John Wick movies talks about how he's just badass. He just beats the shit out of all these dudes. He's fucking awesome. He's fucking killing multiple guys with one, doing all this and that. He sounds like the kind of guy that I might not need 5 guys if I have John Wick with me. Like he's probably maybe I just need him and maybe another guy to help because let's face it, I'm not going to be much help. But I might just need John Wick. So he was one of the first ones that came to mind. And like I said, he's the only one on my list that I don't even have any personal frame of reference. I just know that he is a badass by all things I've ever heard of the character John Wick.
Same.
Watch the movies, guys.
Yeah.
Stop fucking around.
Do that. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll thoroughly enjoy it.
Okay.
Thoroughly. Yeah.
All right, guys. First one on my list is I'm a little embarrassed for you two that you didn't have this to be the first on your list. When you think bar fights, I mean, you think James Dalton. That is Patrick Swayze from Roadhouse.
That's good. He's not even on my honorable mentions. Yeah.
I mean, he was like, when I thought of this question, he was the immediate first one that popped in my head because, it's a movie about bar fighting, right? And he's like the ultimate bar fighting. He's stopping the bar fights or breaking them up or whatnot.
If there was a champion of bar fights, it's probably him.
It's Patrick Swayze. It's James Dalton from Roadhouse. Is my number one.
Yep, good one.
Brian?
I'm going to give you Lee, who is from the movie Enter the Dragon, played by the great Bruce Lee. So, even the real Bruce, I mean, it could be a character or hell, even the real Bruce Lee.
Right.
I'll take my chances.
Right.
I'll take my chances, right? Whether he has weapons or not, but certainly in the movie Enter the Dragon, if you haven't watched that movie, just the nunchuck scenes, it's just really, he was amazing, yeah, Bruce Lee can help you fight out of a lot of situations. I'm quite certain.
Situations.
Yes,
for sure. Yep.
Nikolai?
All right, my next pick. It's good to be really good in hand-to-hand combat. This next pick definitely is that. Right. Yep. Definitely good. He's definitely good at that. He also, I mean, to go up against a whole bar full of guys, you might need someone that's not only good at combat, but maybe is a little bit like fearless, right? And I can't think of anyone, I should say, more fearless than this next character. He shares my same last name. He is portrayed by one of my favorite actors ever, and he is a total badass. He is Dutch Schaefer, and he killed the Predator, portrayed by Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dutch Schaefer.
Yeah.
And, honestly, if you've gone up against Predator, you're not going to be freaked out by fucking regular-ass dudes in a bar.
That's true.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger's Dutch Schaefer, I would want by my side. If he bleeds, we can kill it. And I think all those men in that bar would definitely bleed.
Now, I didn't put this together all of these years. Did little Nicky sitting in front of his TV, did he become a fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger because that character had his last name? Is that where the love of Arnold Schwarzenegger started?
That is a heartwarming tale. That is not, I wish it were the case.
Okay.
I knew his character's name was Dutch. I only knew his last name was Schaefer because I saw it and it's spelled exactly the same as mine. And my spelling is German and not common. It's Schaefer.
Now,
and
when
his name, if you
learn this, did you in fact faint and come at the same time?
It did feel very
like a goddamn factory reset.
Yeah, it felt very serendipitous in nature. That it's like, oh my god, Arnold's character's name in Predator was Dutch Schaefer, and the spelling's the fucking same, which is wild. It just feels very meant to be.
Sure.
So, no, I like your story, though. That just little mulleted Nick watching Predator.
Yeah, with little legs kicked up behind him.
Yeah. That could be me one day. Yep. It wasn't, but it could have been, but it wasn't.
Daddy, will you call me Dutch? Get the fuck away from me.
I'll call you Ditch because that's what I should have done when you're.
We're a few years off.
But yes, Dutch Schaefer for me.
Very good.
Thank you, Dean. Who you got?
All right. Well, I there's a lot of testosterone in this bar. There's a lot of testosterone on this list. So let's girl this up a little bit, huh? But you can't do it too much, especially with an assassin like Natasha Romanoff.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
From the the Black Widow, from the Marvel movies and shows and series and all that. I remember watching that movie. I can't remember even which one she first appeared in. It was the hallway scene.
Iron Man 2, I think.
That hallway scene when she just fucking kicked the shit out of all those guys. You're like, all right, now we're on to something here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was a huge fan, and I could. I'm definitely taking her on my side in this bar fight. Natasha
Yeah.
Romanoff, Scarlett Johansson.
Good one. Good one.
Brian.
How about Tyler Durden,
Damn it.
played by Brad
Mm.
Pitt from the movie Fight Club? That man could fight.
Yes, he could.
That man
He
could
made a
fight.
club just to do it.
Yes. Can't talk about it,
No, I didn't say nothing.
but he could fight. I'll take my chances also with Tyler Durden getting out of a scrap.
Yep. All right. Since we can't say anything else about that because of rules,
The
Nikolai.
guy literally started. Yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about.
My next guy is no stranger to bars and these kind of settings. I'm not picking this next guy, so huh?
I'm not a character. You can't pick me.
I've got the ruthless assassin John Wick, and I've got the brawn of Dutch Schaefer. Now I need somebody who's maybe a little more crafty. I'm not picking this next guy because he's necessarily going to be the guy to kick everybody's ass. I think I've got that. Maybe I need a guy that's gonna for the rest of the guys. Maybe that's gonna help weasel our way out of some stuff. Maybe he's a little bit crafty, knows how to get us out of this situation while the other guys take care of some shit. He's no stranger to bars, especially of the cantina variety. Han Solo.
Yeah.
Han Solo is a grifter. He frequents these types of places. He knows these people. And I think in a situation like this, Han Solo would be very helpful in a situation like that.
When you encounter such gruff individuals, Nick, it's good to have a scoundrel on your side.
That's right. That's right.
He also shoots first. ladies and
Correct.
gentlemen.
Which is
Yeah.
very important.
Right.
Mhm.
Shooting second doesn't end well.
No.
I always
Nope.
shoot first. Brian.
Is it me or is it you, Dean?
Oh, it's me. Oh, yeah, we went Han Solo. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna stick with the MCU. I'm going Frank Castle, the Punisher.
Yeah.
Mhm.
John Bernthal's particular, and I will actually take this small few seconds to say that I did just finish the Daredevil Born Again. Finish the season. Really, really good. Brian. I don't know if Nick. I don't know if you guys have finished it yet.
Two episodes to go.
Dude, so good. And that last episode, or actually the last two episodes, you'll understand why you go, you know what? I know why he picked the Punisher to be on his bar fighting team. Pretty badass.
Yeah.
Is there a bar fight?
No, but he beats a lot of people up.
Okay.
Pretty good. Pretty good. So I got the anger and rage on my side without actually having to have like a Hulk. So I'm good with that.
Mhm. There you go. There you go. Well, I need a lovely lady on my team as well, right?
Mhm.
I'm going to go with the
I didn't
bride.
think you'd ever pick me. Thanks.
You're not lovely.
Oh.
The bride, who is played by Uma Thurman in the movies Kill Bill 1 and 2. Just total kick-ass, hand-to-hand combat, weaponry, whatever. Anger, rage is just a perfect combination.
Fingers.
Yes, that's right.
Come on.
Yeah, plucked her eye right out. Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
You.
Yep. One of the most badass characters in movies ever. Period. Done. The bride.
I agree.
Nice.
Nick.
My next one, I don't know if in either of the two films that this character was in, if they were ever portrayed to be in a bar fight, but I'm certain that at some point this character was, and he can absorb a lot of punishment, as seen in the final scene of the first film. I don't know if either one of you have ever seen the Goon movies, but Sean William Scott portrays a hockey player by the name of Doug Glatt, who is a like a East Coast hockey league player, like minor league, but just tough as nails. That's his whole thing. He's an enforcer. And the final scene. Have either of you seen Goon or one or two?
Nope.
No.
So the final scene
has been sitting in my Netflix queue for like years.
Yeah. The final scene of the first movie is literally like championships on the line, and the net, like the goalie is pulled, and he lays down face first in front of a shot and in front of a scrum of guys, and is just taking wax of hockey sticks and the puck and skate blades and everything to the teeth and face, and getting just annihilated, cut up, and teeth knocked out, and just like Doug Glatt can take a beating. So like I would take Sean William Scott's character in the Goon movies, Doug Glatt, on my bar fight any day of the week.
Sure.
That's good. You need the guy to take the beating, right?
Yeah.
Take
it
in.
That's right.
All right. So you know what? Since you guys you guys already used Tyler Durden, Bruce Lee, so I'm gonna need to go with, and I think I have somebody who can take a pretty good beating himself. Can not only give a good beating, but when he does it, has the most incredible sounds to his punches. Indiana Jones. No. It's barely.
He can give beatings. It can take beatings. It's a two-way player.
Eat that motherfucker like it owes me money. Indiana Jones, boys. You know, the just the snap and crispness of his punches. You know,
I do call my dick Indiana Jones from time to time.
You know. Does that make Robin
Dr.
the
Jones, if I'm feeling fancy?
Does that make Robin the Temple of Doom?
That's good.
Right.
Sorry, go on. Indiana Jones. You can say more.
Dr. Jones, I presume. No, he could take a beating. He can give a beating. You know where he's at all time because those punches are so crisp. Yeah. They have that perfect sound to them, that whip sound. He has fought. He is pulling guys' fucking hearts out of their chest, and it's just he's been through everything. You think a bar fight in 2025 is going to be? Nah. I don't even care what age you give me of Dr. Jones. I'll take any of them. Indiana Jones is my number 4 on my list.
There you go. Very good.
Nice.
Well, Nick, I had John Wick also on my list. I will swap him out since you took him on your team. This guy here, another, we have certainly have hand-to-hand combat expertise. Definitely have a brawler in Brad Pitt as Tyler Durden. And another brawler, another guy who can definitely take punches but hang in there with sheer determination and win some fights here. How about Rocky Balboa, gentlemen? I'll take Rocky Balboa on my team. Absolutely.
He was he's a not only a prize fighter but a fighter from the streets.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got the ring smarts. He's got the street smarts, and he's got a fucking badass hat that I really want.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, any dude that could do some sit-ups from rafters of from the rafters. I mean, it's a good chance to win a couple. Take a couple punches and do some good for your team. Yeah, absolutely.
If I wouldn't have had the flu that day, I was going to be a stunt double. Not a lot of people know that. I got sniffles. I got the sniffles, and
it's too bad.
So close.
Unfortunate.
Yep, too bad.
It made me the body double for Norm on Cheers.
Not a bad B option.
Work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Such a badass character that even his fictional character has a statue.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's right. Yes. Yep.
You don't see any Dutch Schaefer statues, do you? Nope.
No.
Maybe in the
so ridiculous.
Maybe in a jungle somewhere there's a Dutch Schaefer.
Yeah, you don't know that.
We don't know about that. That's true.
Have you ever been to the Amazon jungle? Are you sure there's not a Dutch Schaefer statue?
That's true.
Now, that would be implying that the people in the Amazon that are there are as delusional as people in Philadelphia.
Right. We love you, Philadelphia.
I don't.
Nikolai.
No.
have,
My
like-
fifth.
Wait, one listener in Philadelphia. Be nice.
Okay, sorry. For my final, so I had Bruce Wayne, Batman. So I figured I would swap that out, and I thought, you know what? Let's swap him out for somebody else in the same universe. Let's stick in the DC and the Batman universe specifically. So I had Bruce Wayne because, with the combat and all that stuff, but I'm like, let's go somebody else that, is kind of a mixture of some different characteristics. I liked, Han Solo, that he's, used to being around these kind of crowds. He's not going to be intimidated by all these people, by the scoundrels, by the ruffians. And I need somebody that's kind of insane, like Doug Glatt, that's, going to take a beating, isn't worried about that. Somebody that's fearless, like Dutch Schaefer. Who are all these things all wrapped into one? All these mixed personalities are in none other than the Joker. And I'm thinking more of the Heath Ledger Joker.
Sure.
He may not be the guy laying down a beating, but he's not going to be afraid of anybody, and he just might be psycho enough to scare some people off.
Sure.
So maybe we'll swap the Batman out for the Joker in this scenario, I think.
But let me
Sure.
tell you this though. Just to help you with your idea here. They didn't go into exactly what his background was. You don't know. He just never had to fight. And when he did,
That's true.
it was Batman. So I mean
That's true.
not fair.
Yeah, and he, I will say that he had one of the more
been a badass somewhere else doing
well,
something else.
one of the more badass scenes in that movie is when he does his little magic trick. When he stands the pencil up and makes it disappear and slams the guy's head down on it, and it's gone, like right through his fucking eye and just gone. That was awesome. I love that part of that movie. It's so great.
Librarian does not know that trick. That's all I'm saying.
It's pretty badass.
You definitely take a beating with Batman. I love that scene with Batman as well, the interrogation. Don't start with the head. It gets the victim all fuzzy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic
Good stuff. Yep.
All right. My last one, number 5. Like Nick with the John Wick movies, I've never seen this movie, but I've seen clips enough and know enough about the movie to know that Jason Bourne is a man you need by your side.
Yeah. Good ones too.
Yeah, he is, the ultimate spy type, killer, assassin, or whatever you want to call it. Jason Bourne definitely is going to be by my side here at this bar.
Sure. Good one.
You've never seen the Bourne movies?
Never seen him.
I mean, I haven't either, but I know like your sister's a huge fan, so it's just surprising that you
Those
Those are
never.
good too, guys.
Somebody
Very good.
actually lent me them back in the day, all the DVDs, and I just never got around to it.
Probably
Again, I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
I just
Do enjoy those too. John Wick first, though. John Wick before
Okay.
Bourne.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seriously.
Maybe I'll do that with
All-
Carton this weekend.
He would enjoy that.
All right.
Watch the first one, and I defy you not to immediately want to watch the rest of them.
Okay.
All right, you were is that your 5, everybody?
Yeah,
That's it. We've got 5.
let's Brian, why don't you give us your 5 that you came
Recap
with,
them.
and then at the end, if you have any honorable mentions.
I do have a couple. So on my team, Batman, Tyler Durden from Fight Club, Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon, The Bride, Uma Thurman from the Kill Bill movies. And then I had John Wick, but I swapped him out since Nick took him with Rocky Balboa. A couple of my honorable mention. If you have Rocky Balboa, you have to take Ivan Drago. That's a fine second, Dolph Lundgren, Ivan Drago from Rocky IV. And I put James Bond on my list. James Bond, resourceful.
Yeah,
He
sure.
has hand-to-hand combat skills. He definitely could get take a punch.
He spent years taking a beating from a guy with metal teeth. So
That's exactly right. So that's what I got.
that's good. Excuse me, Nikolai.
My 5 were John Wick, Dutch Schaefer from Predator, Han Solo, and then I swapped out Bruce Wayne / Batman for the Joker, and Doug Glatt from the Goon movies. Honorable mentions, I have Arya Stark from Game of Thrones, She started out that series as a little innocent girl and became one of the deadliest assassins and learned the trades of the faceless men in Game of Thrones. If you've watched that, you know what all that means.
Actually,
And
that's
also,
exactly Brian's backstory.
yeah, right, exactly. And then I also had Peter Quill initially written down, kind of for
Okay.
similar reasons of Han Solo. It was that similar vibe.
around.
Scrappy,
Yeah.
certainly not afraid of a fight,
Right.
resourceful.
And
But
maybe at
yeah.
times too dumb to walk away from one.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's true. So, yep, that was mine.
Right.
Dean, what were your
My
five?
number 5. James Dalton from Roadhouse, Natasha Romanoff, and then I went Frank Castle from the MCU, The Punisher, Indiana Jones, and Jason Bourne was my number 5. Now I have a couple honorable mentions. I did have Rocky Balboa, but I'm surprised my other one, which almost made the list. I was back and forth. Clubber Lang. I mean,
sure,
talking about ring smart and street smart, right?
of course.
was
I
it?
also had Clubber Lang, Mr. T from Rocky 3.
Oh, okay.
Watch that movie. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's
I've never
a shame,
seen a
Nick.
single Rocky. I've never seen a Rocky.
I had John McClane from Die Hard movies.
That's
Good
a good
one.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
And
great
then
one.
Rooster Cogburn from
Grit.
True Grit from John Wayne.
Yeah.
So that would have been my backups there.
I like that.
So yeah,
Tough to
Very good.
I think we're all going to end up getting out of these bars, boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we all did very well. And again, I think the No Wrestling podcast for me stealing this idea and giving a little of a idiot twist on it.
Sure.
So O'Shea Jackson and T.J. Jefferson from the No Wrestling Wrestling podcast, or No Contest Wrestling podcast. Got it.
Yeah,
Very
thanks
good.
for the idea, nerds. We're going to take it and run with it. Now we're going to be way more popular than you.
They're going to body slam you or something.
They're not wrestlers.
You're barely a person. I mean, I'm just looking out for you, pal. That's all.
Say I could be easily body slammed. Yes.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
All right, gentlemen. Well, we've successfully made it out of a bar of angry dudes. We've got our 5. We've got our honorable mentions. We've got the listeners, and we've got each other. And for the listeners, if you want to continue to have us on your side, please feel free to go and find us on all your favorite social media accounts. You can find links to all of them by going to Google, typing in Convincing Idiots Linktree. That's LINKTREE. You can also go to our website, which is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. So, for episode 243 of Convincing Idiots, I'm your millennial, Nick.
I'm the Zennial Dean.
Gen X Brian.
Have we convinced you that we are probably the last 3 guys that should be on your list to bring into a bar fight?
Oh yeah, that's quite accurate. Yeah,
I didn't even need convinced actually at all.
they got to know it. They looked at us.
Yeah.
Gen X Brian here. Zennial Dean. Millennial Nick. If you like our stuff, give us a like and subscribe, and we may just send you a Polaroid of Millennial Nick's feet.
Oh, wait.
Because let me tell you, boys.